Sitting with me today in the Coach's Corner is the Wartburg men's head soccer coach, Kirk Artist. Thanks for being here with me.
Thanks for having me.
First question, so obviously Wednesday night, a big win for you guys, going up against Luther. Second time you played them this year and the second time you've come away with a victory. How hard of a team is it to beat twice, especially a team like Luther, ranked 12th in the nation right now?
Yeah, they've won a lot of quality games this year. They're very well organized, very well coached. So it's always difficult to beat them twice in any given season. So to do it this year was good on our boys. I think we worked towards it pretty well from the start of the season, and I think we'll look back on those two wins and say they're pretty marquee wins for this season.
Moving on now to the Iowa Conference Championship. Going up against the Loris team, it's a rematch of last year's 2013 Iowa Conference Tournament Championship. How do you guys look to avenge that loss from last year? You guys had success in the regular season last year. The last two meetings hasn't gone your way. Just talk about that matchup.
Yeah, it's something. I think Wartburg and Loris have been in the finals together 10 out of the last 12 years. I don't know the exact, but it's a pretty typical thing at this point. Last year we got them home. Got them at home here on our own grass and beat them there. They got us in overtime last year, and then this year, we went over there. We'll have to change our mindset a little bit here going into tomorrow. I think our boys are fully prepared. I think they knew what we were getting into the first time, but we weren't able to, keep the ball at the back of the net was probably the biggest thing. And so going into that, it's always a battle. It's a big rivalry. It's for the conference championship. It's for an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. So a lot at stake there.
What are your strategies going into Saturday's game? Already playing them once this year. What were your takeaways from that first game? And then just for the viewers at home, maybe they don't know, Loris plays a very unique style of soccer. Maybe just talk a little bit about that and then how you try to combat that.
Yeah, you can call it that. You don't see that style of soccer too many other places, and so it's a little bit unique. It's not going to be like the Luther game. We're going to have to play a little bit different ourselves and adapt to it. But I think we've played them enough. I've played them enough to know what we're getting into. We're going to have to win balls in the air in our own box and defend set pieces, and then going forward, we're going to have to connect the ball to our feet much better than what we did against them in the first time, and be able to play some soccer. And that's probably going to be the biggest thing is making them play our style and not their style. So.
Your first recruiting class is the senior class now this year. Does this game mean something more to know that these are your guys, the guys that you picked by hand, and now to see them grow throughout the years, basically improving your record, improving your style of play each of the years that they've been here. So now that they're kind of at the pinnacle, at the top of their career, what would it mean to get an Iowa Conference championship?
Yeah, they've been a key part in our success. Getting to be one of the top programs in Division III. To watch them through the recruitment process, to talk to them through that, but then also continue to coach them through their freshman year all the way up to this year. It's been an honor to watch them grow sometimes, and sometimes it's been easier and sometimes it's been harder, but for them to get a conference championship, going over to Loris, I think it would be probably the biggest win so far in their career. So.
Regional rankings and Division III rankings come out. They're released by different organizations. The regional rankings, you were ranked ahead of Luther, but in the Division III rankings, Luther was above you at the number 12 spot. Do you look at rankings at all going into the tournament, or is it just kind of you need to win out just to guarantee that automatic bid? Because right now, win or loss, it looks like you would probably get the at-large bid, but what's your mindset going into the conference championship?
Every game could be our last, and that's the way we have to play is every game, you play 90 minutes or 110, or you go into PKs, and at the end of the day, then you step off the field, and if you win, you're guaranteed to go on. If you don't, then there's no guarantees for anything. And so the rankings, those can come out at the end of the day after the national championship, and those will be the right ones because that's where you finished in the NCAA tournament. So at this point, the rankings are nice, but they don't really mean too much.
How do you want to look back on the season once it's over? What does the team want? What do the seniors want out of the end of this year?
Well, I think we had high expectations coming into the season, and so we peaked, pretty early there, beating Central and beating some other teams, Luther in the regular season, and then we had a little bit of a struggle, tied a couple games, went over to Loris and had that loss. And so, the mindset going in here is hey, maybe we haven't gone undefeated or only lost once, but a couple wins or a streak here of wins could really put us up there with the best teams that ever come through Wartburg. And so that win against Luther was a big one for us to get our confidence back and continue going. And so, I think if we put a streak of wins together, this team has the potential to be the best team ever at Wartburg.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just for the viewers at home, Wartburg will be taking on Loris College tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And make sure you check the Wartburg circuit for highlights. Reporting for Sports Night, I'm Seth Nutting.